Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, question of the night. What are your thoughts on a new recast of Molly and Christina on General Hospital? Now, as always, we're going to be sitting there talking about all of them, Days, Y&R, and B&B. But I'm going to sit there and ask that question tonight. What are your thoughts on the recast? Now, with Molly, her personality has always been very flat, you know? I think Haley played the character the longest, and she really um, made that character her own personality. So for her, it's like, eh. But with Christina, I don't know. I mean, I know people snick this saying, give her a chance. She's just started, and already I'm just like, let's just see how it goes. But so far, I'm not like, oh my goodness, I love it. It's just like, eh, not really working for me so far. But I want to know what your thoughts are. Sharonda's in the chat. How you doing tonight, Sharonda? Queen of the South, how you doing tonight? I hope you had a great birthday. Um, I hope you saw the post I did for your birthday. I want you to know that even though I wasn't with you, I hope you had a good day. Hope you had a great birthday. Tamara's in the chat. How you doing, Tamara? Thank you for joining. Lashanta's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Laura B's in the chat. Was good, and thank you for joining, Tamara. Something about that sound. I don't know, what is it about a good bottle of wine that just does it for me every single time? Andrew's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Blackmon is in the chat. How you doing, my friend? Thank you for joining. Shauna says, I'm not too impressed by the new one on General Hospital. Which one, though? Because there's two. Are you talking about... So good. Oh, of course, Queen yourself, of course. Now I gotta sit there and wish you a happy birthday on your special day. You are the queen after all. I feel like next week I'm gonna wind up, maybe Sunday I'll wind up picking up another one. Oh, both. Okay, all right. I was wondering which one you were talking about, Sharonda. Andrea says can't find you on our YouTube channel on our TV. So what are you watching me on your phone? Lashanta says I knew Curtis running from his feelings from Jordan and why he didn't tell her he was gone. Yeah, that's such a Curtis thing. Lord B says I'm not used to other him yet. I mean, yeah, exactly, and I get it. I know, give them time and everything like that, and they'll work it out, and now they'll press you. Oh, okay, all right, Andrea. Press you and stuff like that, or you'll warm up to them, and I'm hoping that's the case. I'm hoping that's the case. Right now, I'm kind of like, but I feel like I'm more harder on Christina because, again, the actress that played Molly, like even the new one that's playing her, she's not really doing a bad job. She's being just as much as a bland personality as you know, what you call it, Ellie, which is not bad. Blackman says I'm doing good, laughing at Cam. Yo, you had those damn stuffed cats. When I when they rode them into there, and I looked at all those damn cats, I was like, oh, okay, so this is a lot worse than I thought. Now there's a famous movie. What's the name of that movie with Kathy Bates kidnapping this writer to um write a new book or write a new ending. What's the name of that movie? Lashanta says I'm glad Mason's back. Yes. Yes, he is coming back. Yes, our boy is coming back tomorrow. Played by the great Nathaniel Gray. So I'm definitely be looking forward to that. Shonda said Curtis is a mess. Both ladies need to find them. Yeah, I agree. Herman's in the chat. Oh my God, it is so good to see you, my friend. CW, how are you doing, my friend? Thank you for joining. It's actually good to see you again, Herman. Okay, thank you, Blackmon, and thank you, Laura B. Misery. Okay. Casey. Oh, we got a new person up in the chat. Okay, all right, Andra. Casey. And thank you, Queen of the South. Thank you. I knew it was something like that. Let's everyone and Darby, how you doing tonight? Let's everyone welcome Casey. Um, let's everyone welcome Casey to the group. Let's everyone say hi to Casey. Lobby says, I'm happy Mason's come back also. Yes, it'll be really good to, we've been waiting for more, some more stuff between them. So, you're gonna have Mason, we're gonna have Ava and Austin. I almost forgot their damn names. Yes, that's right, Casey. That's how we always do it. Whenever you got a new person up in the chat, we always sit there and give them a warm welcome. That's how we do it every night. Here on it was, oh my God, that was so good. Whew. CW said, thank you. Always good to be here. Big welcome to Casey. Welcome to the chat. Well, CW, yes, thank you. I'm always really grateful to have you in this chat. Always grateful. So thank you for joining, my friend, as always. Autumn says, oh, what's good, Autumn? Autumn says, I feel both Jordan and Curtis should kick Kirsten Tryson to the curve. Both ladies need to get some self-respect, especially Jordan. Yes. Yes, Autumn. Yes. Andrea says Nicole finally told. Well, I mean, after her lying and all that other BS, yeah, she finally did it. And what's good, Ron? Thank you for joining tonight. Casey says thank you all. Of course, that's how we do it every night. Whenever we get a new person in the chat, we always sit there and give them a warm welcome. Freddie's in the chat. How you doing, my friend? And Krista is in the chat. How are you doing? I'm cool with the recast. Don't bother me. Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's super terrible. Well, except for Christina. Christina isn't super terrible, but it's like it's not hitting. It's not hitting with me. It's not hitting with me so far. Now, Lashonda says Sonny's gonna harass Nat. Yeah, I saw that. I saw the what you call it, the previews. Makai's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. Josh says, I mean, Lashonda says, Josh do wrong. Have a seat. Now, somebody said, hey, Jess. Did Jess come in the chat? Usually I always see Jess whenever she's in here, so I didn't see Jess. Krista says, hello everyone. I can't stay long. Won't be on as much since it's summer and the kiddos come first, of course. Well, it's always good to see you whenever you come in, so. Ariana's in the chat. What's good, Ariana? Thank you for joining. Darby says it's a continuous storyline. It's a continuous story with the new Kristina and Molly. We only saw a tiny morsel of what they can do. Let's give them some time and better material to work with. Yeah, I mean, and just says it might be me, Albert. Sorry for what? What did you didn't do anything? I get it. I mean, like I said, I'm not like, oh my goodness, they're terrible. It's just like they're not wowing me so far. But you know, like you said, we'll give them time and see what happens. Freddie says, I said it yesterday. I knew that little witch Jocelyn was going to think. Yes, you did. You did sit there and say that. Ron says, I really enjoyed Abe and Paulina scenes today. Oh, you mean fake? You mean fake Paulina? We're going to check fake Paulina until we get an actual name. I don't even remember what her actual name is, so I'm just going to call her fake Paulina. And yes, that's my girl from what you call it. Living Singles. Love that show. Ariana says, I don't honestly care for their storyline, so no cares. CW says, feel sorry for Anna. Victor is a real piece of crap. I have to say, I despise Jocelyn as much as I do. Just put them all in the same boat. I don't even remember. Oh, okay, I don't know why you're apologizing for him. Now, LaShanta says Nick should have told Sally something so she won't overreact. Yeah, I really didn't understand. Here's the thing. The sad thing is he should have told her because she should know what to look for. Because the dude is in Genoa City and they're already, Cameron already approached Faith. That should be enough right there, you know? So I'm not really fully understanding that. Like, why didn't you just tell her the truth? Also, why doesn't Adam not know who he is? Does Sharon not really tell anyone else except for Victor? Because I could have saw Adam saw him at Society. Ron said, "Thanks for yeah, fake polling. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure we knew who you were talking about. I'm doing good, Andrea." Herman says, "I think it's the writing and not the recast." To some extent, yes, but people do I identify faces and the way that they act based um off of recast. Otherwise, recast wouldn't be so difficult if it's the same material for the same person. I feel like it's a blend of a lot of things. The last days in the chat, how you doing, my friend? Thank you for joining. How's the channel going? Mikhail says Ashley and Diane are Ashley and Diane always going at it with poor Jack in the middle. I'm not gonna lie, Mikhail. Ashley would just get on my nerves at this point. Like she is so. I feel like at this point she is being so petty and immature. It's like, oh, I can't let her win. You can't let her win. You're a grown ass grandmother. Like, what are you talking about? You can't let her win. It's the same thing with Nicole not Cynthia telling Eric being overly dramatic. I'm like, bro, you're too old for those games. Like she was in the beginning, she kept Cynthia blaming Sloan. Oh, I knew Sloan couldn't keep her mouth shut. Oh, that damn Sloan, she couldn't wait to sit there and tell. I'm like, well, you're too old for this. You're too old for this. If you were like in your 20s or something like that, I could see you acting like this, but you're a little bit too old for this. Freddie says I know that the DNA test received that Curtis was, but I don't know. Yeah, I see it too. Um, Again, I wasn't with the whole Trina and the constant whining after a while, but I was like, whatever. I was over the scene to be honest. Lashanta says Sally's too needy as soon as Nick got there. It's like bye. What pissed me off was that Sally called Nick first before Adam. Okay, that's something number one. That just rubbed me the wrong way. And then when Adam did get there, Chloe Smith they giving him side eye. I'm like, bro, that's the father's child. You're just here. Take your ass on down the road somewhere. Harris, I'm not here for this relux. Sam's torment. I was so scared the first time around by her abuser. It was too much for me. I'm not gonna lie. The scenes were raw. Like when they showed the flashbacks, they were kind of raw. So I get that for a lot of people. Tracy Steves is in the chat. What's good, Tracy Steves? Ron says, Albert, did you know that Sloan will temper with the results to make the baby? Well, I mean, do you think? No, I don't know. I don't see why she would, though. I mean, I see why she would, but this is possible. It is a soap thing. You do have a point. Autumn says, yeah, but do you think Carly is going to freak out about the evidence? Like, oh yeah, she's definitely going to freak out. She would use to. I would sit there and say she'll probably erase it if she has a chance, but she's definitely going to freak out though. Grams is in the chat. What's good, Grams? Thank you for joining, my friend. Andrea says Molly and TJ seem to be getting back on track. Yeah. I mean, I'm not really too invested in stories, so it's like, whatever. Um, I didn't like TJ, um, trying to handle her, trying to handle her and her emotions and stuff like that. Someone says, wait, why shouldn't Charlie call Nick first? Aren't they still supposed to be together? It's not about that, though. I mean, it's the fact that she's having problems, she's having double vision and stuff like that, and she's pregnant. And you would sit there and think that if you're pregnant, you should call the baby's father first, not call Nick first. It shouldn't be an afterthought of calling the baby's father afterwards. Now, granted, when I sit there and say that, I am not on either side. I'm not team Nick, I'm not team Adam, I'm not team anyone. Team Logic. And as team Logic, I just feel like that's the right thing to do. Lousy says, Albert, yes, I agree. Ashley was so annoying today with Diane. I'm not even a Diane fan, but still, Ashley's a girl. Yeah, exactly. That's always like, yo, bro, you doing too much. You doing too much. Like, you too old for that. You too old for that. CW says, did you guys notice that Body Lance retained TJ? No, I didn't notice that. Did anyone else notice that? Lobby says, I think Carly will freak out and erase evidence to him. Also, yeah, I think she would too. Cheyenne is in the chat. What's good, Cheyenne? On the longest television. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's the longest television series. It may be the longest soap opera, maybe. Um, Autumn says, and you know what, Albert? I hope Carly chews Michael ass out because he needs it. He needs to stop letting his anger cloud his judgment. Yeah, it's so. You're 100% right about that, Autumn. Herman says, I don't know if she ended up in the hospital, yes, but when she is just feeling a little bit, she doesn't know what it is. It could have been a. No, I get that. I get it, Herman. I do. I'm just saying, like, if you're pregnant, I feel like Adam should have been the first person to call. Um, I'm not just saying like Nick shouldn't have been someone she should have called. Also, you have a relationship with him, that's fine. But if you're in any sort of pain or distress or whatever, and you feel like you need to sit down and stuff, yo, you need to sit there and call the baby's father. I feel like um it wasn't something that was like a super big deal, but it you know I can see that as a problem. You know, and again, I'm not one or the other, but just in a situation like that, it's the same thing. It's the same thing with Nina and Carly. Carly should have told Nina when Willow got to the hospital. The fact that Nina had to hear from one of Sonny's henchmen as opposed to Carly, that's a problem. Even with Michael, that's a problem. Um, Lashanta says Sally told Nick first about her pregnancy. It's like he's the backup. CW says Guiding Light is the longest soap ever, though. It's no longer. Oh, that sucks. I watched little clips here and there of that show, CW. Ron says, what is Chad upset about? What is Chad upset about? He thinks Stephanie is his wife, really. Yeah, it was over the top. It really was. It was like, hi, bro, you're just being an unnecessary dick for no reason. CW says, Curtis playing both Portia and Joy, and these women can do better than that shiny boy. I love it. I love it. Herman says, I hear you, Albert, but I don't know what the right thing to do in that situation, but I don't think Sally did anything wrong by calling the man she is in a relationship first when she feels ill. We can agree to disagree. Like I said, it wasn't like a major thing, but it was one of those things where it was just like I would, here's the thing, Adam felt some sort of way, and I totally agree with him. He was like, wow, I was the second phone call. I know if I'm not with somebody and they decide to call, their man before they call me, I'm gonna feel some sort of way about that. Because my whole thing was like, yo, listen, this isn't even about me and you. This is about the child. And why is somebody else in there knowing about my child before I do? Like that's what would bother me. Sir Charles, hey, how have you been? It's been a minute. Double C is in the chat. How you doing tonight? And Sir Charles is back in the chat. How are you doing, my friend? Krista says Guiding Light aired for 57 years. Ah, GH has that show beat by 3 years. So GH is still the longest. Well, I guess Guiding Light would have been longer if it was still on the air. So okay. LaShanta says, Herman, it's a problem when you call him because Nick didn't answer. That's Adam's baby. Thank you, Lord B. Hit that like button, beat that like button's ass. I have no idea where we are on the likes and stuff like that, but we're gonna find out. Sir Charles says, I know, happy to be back. Well, I'm happy to have you. Eagle Fang is in the chat. Yes, I know. I remember you was there saying that. When if they're teasing Todd Manning returning. I'd be interested if they do. I'll have to look into that to see if they actually even could. I mean, so I hear you guys. I just don't think Sally were wrong. Still half the story. And I get you, Herman. I agree to disagree. That'd be interesting, Eagle Fang, if he can actually come back, though. Double C says, so what do you call the nurse? Oh, no. Double C, I call her fake Paulina. I call her fake Paulina. That's what I call her, Double C. I call her fake Paulina. Krista says television and radio overlap 4 years. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so we got 12 likes. We have 12 likes. We have 28 people in the chat. So if you are enjoying the stream, hit the like button. It really does help. Oh yeah, Lobby. Yeah, no, it's done. It's done. It's a wrap. Her career is done. It comes down to public perception. That's what it is. They want to wash their hands of her. But then again, it is what else? Makai says Makai says I remember the entire Sally Adam Nick triangle is weird. No, I mean it's definitely weird. It's just one of those things where it's like I wasn't, a huge fan of you not calling the baby's daddies first. Last day says GH was pretty good today, minus the whole pool scene with the two couples I could care less about. Also, it seems very dangerous to have a pool on a roof. I don't know. Andrea says, hey, Albert, you miss reading my comments. Yeah, I know that, Andrea. I can't read every single comment in the chat. So if I missed your comment, like I missed a couple other people's comments, don't take it personal. Barbie says, I wonder what they do with. I wonder what will they do with Anna Devane now. That's a damn good question, Laura B. Double C says B&B is so boring. My goodness. I actually did like today's episode. I did. I liked yesterday's episode. I liked today's episode. It was kind of repetitive a little bit, so it was hard to do a review on it, but I did. Jonathan is in the chat. What's good, my friend? I hope you're having a great day. You missed yesterday's shenanigans. Jonathan missed yesterday's shenanigans, which I wound up doing a video on for the YouTube members. And long story short, I feel like sometimes I'm a little bit too nice. I do. I feel like I'm a little bit too nice sometimes. And to sit there and put it mildly, we're not having a repeat of what happened yesterday. Because the block button, let's put it this way, the block button is going to be on deck moving forward for a couple of reasons. That damn block button is going to be on deck. Huh. Jocelyn said, yeah, I was busy with a couple of things. Now it's all good, Jonathan. It's always great to see you in the chat. Not that I'm supposed to have favors or anything, but it's always good to sit there and see you in the chat, my guy. Yeah, for all the members that saw that video, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Freddie says, since Ava is happy that Nina is putting Carly through hell by calling the SEC and frozen Carly's accounts and credit cards, but now Ava's secret is about to come to light. Yes, because my good old boy, Mason is back to cause some trouble and some havoc, which, let's be honest, this show desperately needs. CW says, I don't think Adam knows about the history between Cameron, Nick, and Sharon because it happened in 2003 and Adam didn't return. Oh, okay. All right. But here's the thing, CW. You would have thought that at some point Sharon would have told Adam about that when they were dating. Autumn says, I really want Taylor and Brooke to drop Riz. I'm so over this. That's the problem. They were, but they don't actually have any, in my review, it's like they don't actually have any other men to take that place. Johnson says, I like the new Molly is closer to TG's height. Ariana says, Albert, as it should be and use as your at your discretion. Yes, I definitely will. I definitely will. And sometimes I like to sit there and try to be fair and reasonable and nice and stuff, but yeah, maybe I'm being a little bit too nice. Maybe I'm being a little bit too fine, nice. Lashanta says good for Ava Karma. How she's gonna let Laura risk her life to go to Russia? That's a damn good question. Well, I mean, that's a damn good, yeah. Well, she's like, oh, well, she's already dead. So, I mean, he's already dead. But she's gonna be getting her comeuppance done. Not to mention, she shot Kami in just straight up cold blood to sit there and keep her secret. Or, I mean, I'm sorry, to keep Julian's secret. So, in a lot of ways, she is getting her karma from that, I would think. Duane says the girl they recast Miley looks like Sammy. Samantha. Samantha from which one? Yeah, which it's Samantha on what you call it? Which Samantha? Johnson says when I watched yesterday and today's days, all I could say is yeah. Darby, oh my God, thank you so much. Okay. Okay, now I know. Okay, I can see that now. Thank you so much, Darby. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Taylor Forster is the new Brooke Logan. Well, first of all, thank you for the super chat. And why do you say that Taylor is new Brooke Logan? I'm very curious about that. I want your take on that. Thank you again. Last day says I think that if there flood on the pool breaks, all the water will fall. Oh, okay. All right. I got you now. I can see that. Thank you, Black Man. No, hit that like button. We had like 12. We had 12 likes so far. We got 29 people in the chat. It actually really does help. Okay, so we got 13 likes. I guess that's something. Well, hitting the like button really does help. Get new people in, just like we did before with Casey. Some new other people, some new people also. Besides that, so when I say it helps, it does help though. Lashanta said, "Do you think she will go to Sunny for help?" Ava, I think she should, but for some odd reason, people are going to sit there and say that she won't. People are going to sit there and say that she shouldn't because, um, whatever stupid reasons that they got going on. But yeah, she should definitely do that. Johnson says, "What's the deal with the nurse character playing?" I'm sitting there thinking, Jonathan, Misery. I'm thinking of the movie Misery. If you ever saw that movie or heard of that movie with Kathy Bates, that's what I'm sitting there thinking of. Because when she got Abe to that place and there was a bunch of cat toys and stuff like that, like cat stuffed animals and stuff, I was like, oh, this chick is nuts. This chick is nuts. And it just made me think of Misery, which, by the way, I didn't actually watch that movie, but I've heard of it before. Darby says because she's manipulating everyone to get what she wants. Very true. Very true. Okay. I can see that. I can see that, Darby. Andrea says yes. I don't know to what. And yes, kick that like button's ass. It really does actually help. It really, really does. Dylan says, "Oh, okay. Is Pearson gonna be the new Superman?" You mean movie wise for James Gunn? Is that what you're talking about? You talking about James Gunn? Uh, I'm still not happy with that decision. What James Gunn did. I'm gonna be honest. I'm still not happy about it. Casey said it was a good movie. She is nuts. I feel like I do want to watch that movie though. I do. Ariana says, "Are you going to see Stephen?" Yeah, but I'm not going to see it in the theaters. I'm just going to see it when it comes out on demand. I'm going to see when it comes out on demand. I saw all the other Boogeyman movies when it came out on demand. So Justice says no actor has been. Oh, okay. All right, cool. I was just checking. Yeah, no, I'm gonna see that when it comes out on what you call it. Andrea says Ava's gonna help is going to Sunny for help. I mean, I think it'd be a good idea. I don't think she's gonna do it though. Kyrie's is in the chat. What's good, Kyrie's? Oh, Kyrie's. Kyrie's, was you here yesterday? Was you here, my friend, yesterday? Because yesterday was going down. But I wound up doing a video about that a little bit. Always seems like Kyrie's always misses out whenever things get crazy in the chat. That's right. Let's everyone say what's up to Kyrie's. I got Kyrie's Clark. And Rihanna says, read this book in one setting, pretty good. Oh, you're talking about my guy on Kyrie's. Yeah, it's good. It's good. That's what I was saying. It's good. But Shuntis Carly's supposed to think of Nina next week. Hmm. Took her long enough. Dave, what's good, Dave? Um, Last day says Ashley thought Nick interaction with his daughter Faith was good today. I'm definitely not a Nick fan at all. I like how Faith meant the guy before she found. Yeah. WCC, here's my theory. Molly asks Christina to carry her baby. Christina loses the baby and she ends up knocked up by Dex after falling out with Joss. Mm, interesting theory. Casey said, I'm surprised that YouTube doesn't have chat moderators. No, you kind of gotta hire them yourself. There's certain words that you can sit there and use in its place. Like if people say something that they shouldn't say, YouTube will block it, but you have to sit there and kind of um some words you're automatically flagged. Other words you have to sit there and put them in yourself. Curry says Nick looked like an old creepy when Nick needs to go back to Sharon, do Adam and Sally are better together. I see this is my problem. I'm not a huge Sally fan, and I'm just like I feel like Nick could do better. But if he wants, here's the thing: if he wants to sit there and slum it with Sally, then be my guest. Because Sally has just been kind of disappointing me lately, to be honest, especially today or yesterday. Ron says even with the writer strike, Phoenix said that the Young and Restless is much better. Well, I mean, I don't understand. What does that mean, Ron? Do you think that Young and the Restless they still going to be having episodes like the dude's still going to be writing or something? Or Johnson said, I think I have an idea for a Boogeyman parody film. It would be dancing theme and it would be titled Boogie Fight. I mean Boogie Fights. I like that idea. Listen, if you make that into like a book or something like that, I would definitely sit there and read it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I would sit there and write. I would sit there and read that. Herman says Nick is a hoe and Sally is just part of his of his hold'em. No, I just like I said, I'm not feeling Sally. I'm not. I personally don't think in all retrospect, I was never a fan of the breakup. That um I was never a fan of the fact that Sally knew that Adam's heart was in the right place and she did not bother to give him a chance. I was not a fan of that. And so ever since then I felt like Sally's character just went downhill for me. LaShanta says Victor's got a lot of nerve saying Phyllis needs to be accountable when when has he or any Newman been accountable? Harry says I know Mason's coming back tomorrow. Laura's gonna deal with Mason. Laura can forgive Valentine, then she can certainly forgive Ava. Nicholas threatened little Avery and he got what he deserved. Yeah, I don't. Listen, Carrie, I'm still on the fence about her fully forgiving Valentine for shooting Nicholas out the window. So I don't see it happening. I mean, oh yeah, never mind. He's alive. Okay, so when that comes out, then maybe. But for right now, I don't know. You do have a point to some extent. You do actually have a point to some extent. Gemini's in the chat. Gemini, how have you been? Really, Ron? She's still gonna be on the run? Sharon says getting very lazy by the day. Gemini, how have you been though? It's been a while since I've seen you. Freddie says Jocelyn is dumb. You want to put Sonny behind bars, but you know he and your mother share a younger daughter, Donna. Jocelyn and Michael are both dummies. Also, Ava and Sonny share a daughter, Avery. Yes. Yeah, I had to sit there and rethink that because I was like, technically, it's going to be a while though, Kyrie. She's not going to forget her. I mean, she's not going to sit there and forgive Ava right off the bat, though. That's for damn sure. But Lashanta says Albert he lied. It wasn't self. Oh no, I know it wasn't self defense. I watched the episode. I remember when it happened. No, it wasn't. It was definitely not self defense. It's just simple fact is like when she was like, "Let's just drop it." It was like, "Let's just drop it." Like he damn near killed your son, and you just gonna sit there and say, "Let's just drop it"? What the hell? Double C says Nate is the biggest 304 of them all. You must took Brooke class on how to move up. Oh, Nate Haston, aka Big Nate. Jocelyn says I would love to see Starbucks make a return on GH as a cartoonist. As cartoonish as he was fun to watch. Jonathan, who do you think was more cartoonish though? Starbros, a Starbro, Star Starros, or Peter August? Ooh, Stardros or Peter August? Who is more cartoonish? Carrie says the only thing she's gonna yell at Ava about is lying to her, and Spencer, that is it. But she will understand why Ava did that in the moment. Just not telling her afterwards, she'll be disappointed. Well, here's hoping. Here's hoping, bro. Here's hoping. Sometimes Johnson says Starbo's definitely. Jamel says I've been entertaining family, so I can't be rude and going on live while they were in my house. Oh no, it's all good, Gemini. It's just good to have you back. That's all. Why is it so slow? It's just good to have you back. That's all. It's good to see you again. Gemini says Star Roast was definitely more entertaining. Um, Herman says I love the way the actor who played Joss on GH give the character. She's doing much a good job. Terrible character, but oh no. Yeah no. Herman Eden McCoy be killing it. So Gemini says start. Oh, start. Okay, heard that. Joanne says, I honestly think Laura will understand what Ava did because she would done the same. I listen. I think that's wishful thinking, but I guess we'll wait and see. Um, Lashanta says, I love when Quinn said Brooke slapped her way through the Forrester family. Well, I mean, she wasn't lying. Carrie says, now Spencer, on the other hand, he's going to act like his usual trolley. Oh, I love it. I love it, Carrie. I love it. Darby says Starburst was more cartoonic, but Peter did the most evil damage to the two. Johnson says the actor that played Starburst played Bo Brady on Days at one point. Hmm. Interesting. Ron says Summer should be ashamed of herself. Christina and Chance really should throw the book at her and put the ankle monitor on her behind. I mean, Ron, here's the thing. She's doing it for her mom. As much as I don't like Summer, I can understand that. I get that. So I don't think she should be ashamed of herself for looking out for her mom. I mean, her mom is well, a nut job to sit there and say the least, but I get that though. Interesting, Jonathan. I mean, I know that I forgot the actor who plays Bob, but I thought he played that character for a very long time. I didn't know somebody actually switched in for him. Did he play him first or something? Or Gemini says I can't wait for Cameron to come home for Summer and to everyone about Joss and Dex. But everyone already knows about Dexter. Daisy Flowers in the chat. Daisy Flowers said, "Hey, hi. He didn't play Bo Brady. He played Steve. Steve, aka Steve Badass Johnson." Johnson says he was the second actor to play Bo. CWC, he was a recast for Bo Brady. I didn't know. Okay. But Daisy, okay, I haven't. Okay, I'm very confused. CW says I can't wait for Kyle to find out she knew Phyllis was alive all along. Oh yeah, he's going to rip her a new one. Patch, okay. Hmm. You were watching. Okay, so Daisy Flower, what made you start watching? Days of What made you start watching Days? Jess is in the chat. What's good, Jess? Jess got a new last name. I like that. Let's everyone say what's up to Jess. Jess in that gorgeous voice of hers. I'm gonna say it. Have my speechless. Gary says, I was there yesterday towards at the end of the stream. I replayed it earlier this morning. To me, I probably let it be water off a dog back, but this is your channel. I support you percent. No, thank you. Thank you, Gary. Thank you. It was a little it got kind of annoying. I'm gonna be honest, it got annoying. And like I said, there's some things I'm gonna be doing a little bit different moving forward. Sometimes I feel like I'm a little bit too nice, so things are gonna be set a little bit different. Data Plus says sorry, Star Rose was played by the second. Okay. Just said not gorgeous voice. Well, like I said, I was speechless, so can't argue with me, Jess. Can't argue with me. I mean you can, but so Ariana says I don't like the actor playing Tuck on Wine. He gives me stalker. Oh, you don't like my guy Tucker? I mean, what's his name? Trevor or something? Trevor Noah or something? Alyssa's in the chat. What's good, Alyssa? Hope you had a great day. Thank you for joining. Wow, this thing just moved like it was no tomorrow. Herman says I can't with Phyllis. That's that mess of a story. Well, Herman, she's a messy character, so it does make some sort of sense. Made Oscar deaf all about her. Last yeah, I'm very. Oh, John is Trevor Saint. Trevor Saint John. Okay. I'm very back and forth about that. Very back and forth about that because on one hand, yes, to some extent she did make a lot about her, but on the other hand, I don't think that people generally tend to talk about um, what it's like for people that's left behind. You know, because yeah, they'll sit there and talk about that person, but they don't really sit there and talk about how their family and stuff like that, their loved ones, and stuff they're dealing with that. So I'm kind of 50-50 on it. Ariana says Tucker is okay, just can't with the actor. Okay. Johnson says I like Trevor. Yeah, I think he's cool. I like him. Um, it was a little weird when he took over Todd's role. I'm gonna be honest. Arhaman says I don't care for Tucker, but I really like Trevor as an actor. Alyssa said GH and Days were good today. Yeah, no, they were good today. I enjoyed them. Danny's in the chat. Danny said, "Hey, I would just let you know. Just know." Danny said, "Hey, just want to let you know. Look to leave YouTube. Why are you leaving YouTube, Danny? Very curious. Why are you leaving YouTube? I'm kind of waiting for that. Daisy Flower says Trevor should have came to GH. Who do you think that he would have played if he was on GH time? Yeah, Ron, yeah, I remember that. Carrie says I will laugh if Josh just says I don't know what happened today with Anna. Didn't care either. Damn. Valerie's in the chat. Was good, Valerie? Deja Flush says nobody cares about the character of Oscar. It was more about how his sickness affected others. Well, I mean, to be fair, people should have cared about Oscar. If we're going to be honest, people should have cared about Oscar. Just my personal take, they should have cared about Oscar. Um, it shouldn't have just. I get both sides of it, but I don't think it should have just been about Jocelyn. Um, but when somebody's dying, I think that people should generally care. Gemini says when Robin's lost Stone, it was believable, and you could see that she mourned him. Josh, on the other hand, nope. Alyssa says Eric now knows. Yeah. After she sat there and denied and denied and denied, like it, and it was so unnecessary. It was like, bro, you could have saved yourself a lot of trouble and a lot of headache by just telling the truth. Justin says always picture Trevor as Steve Weber. Alyssa said Colin spared Leo's life. Yeah, he could have, but you know what it was, Alyssa. I think he just didn't want another charge. I think he didn't want like another murder charge on, or like another attempted murder charge on him. So Perry said, Lashley says yes, but I felt Josh and Oscar were good together. Oscar never seemed to have his own storyline. Everything he did was connected to Josh, but I get your point about it. Yeah, that's what I said. I get both points. I understand that it should have been more about Oscar. I do. Um, but I'm also kind of looking at it like, well, you know, there's a lot of stories that don't always cover what it was like for the people that love someone that passed and stuff. So Kyrie says Ava is an amazing flawed character, strong character, but that I love. I like the comments are just going kind of fast now. Um, Agent Flaw said the actress who played Joss good a lot of praise for how she acted during the yeah, I get the I'm not knocking um her acting skills or anything like that. Like she's, Eden always sits there and brings it to the table. But I feel like it's a very divisive story, because some people do feel like it should have been about Oscar and not so much about Jocelyn, you know. But it's vice versa also. So I can see both sides. Alyssa says Anna was not playing games. That you damn right, Alyssa. Anna was like, "Yo, listen, I go down. I'm taking this whole building with me." Anna was not playing no games, and I'm not gonna lie, I loved it. I genuinely loved it. I'm still waiting for Ron's answer. I don't know if Ron's in the chat. Well, Ron, if you are in the chat, I would sit there and say go to Rumble. If you are leaving YouTube for unknown reasons that you didn't answer me, um, if anything, I'll email you. Just said Josh and Oscar were pretty good. The cancer storyline showed how good her acting was. Yeah. Um, it's a tough story. It's a tough story. Like I said, Eden, she always brings it. She always brings it. Ron says Robert Talia is still in love. Yeah, it's don't even remind me of that stupidness though. Because that character I'm so over. Darby says I thought that was Danny. What are we talking about, Darby? Are you talking about like Danny? Which Danny, Darby? Darby in the chat or a different Darby? Alyssa says Anna told the WSB that she will shut down the building if yeah, she was not playing no games. Like there's very few times where I was sit there and be impressed with Anna, and that was definitely one of those times. So she definitely got some points. Freddie says, but the thing is, who cares if the singer Lizzo is F? She makes her F money, and also the people on social media ain't paying her bills either. I don't. Where are we talking about? Okay. Um, Darby says Danny R was leaving YouTube. Okay. Yeah, I haven't really got a lot of chance to sit there and really watch his watch a lot of his videos because hell I haven't actually even haven't been a lot of times watching Rock's Rock's channel. Bobby says Danny R was leaving YouTube. And I just want to know why. I mean, there's so many different reasons of why, but I'm just very curious though. I don't know who that is, Cheyenne. I have no idea who that is. So unfortunately, I can't sit there and say anything because I don't know who that is. Michael's chocolate. Oh, Aiken's chocolate chip cookies. Okay. Hi, Andrea. Ron says people need to stop with the foolishness. You can hate the character, but let the actors do their job. Yeah, but unfortunately, Ron, people are people, and when they're on the internet, that's just yeah. Now, Kyrie says I skipped Sabrina scene the moment I heard Trina and Spencer custody nonsense. Not feeling that. Maybe she should have been raised with her drug addicted bio dad after. uh, Kyrie's goes in. And people say I'm a dick. Jesus. I mean, he's not entirely wrong, but people say damn, I thought I thought I'd go in. Clearly I got nothing on my guy Kyrie's. Johnson says the pool set his back on GH. Yay. You're not a fan of that? You're not a fan of the pool scene? Alyssa said Trina and Spencer were not talking about the custody stuff today. Gemini said someone called Little fat and she reported it and said it's why she would even music. I say if you promote body shame, then do it. LaShanta says, Albert, do you remember how low down Tagger was? Mm, not really. I don't remember him actually doing any sort of like, you know, snow or hugs and stuff like that. I know. I mean, I don't know. How bad was he though? Curry says nobody's spared today. I've been up since. Johnson says not really. What is that you don't like? I'm very curious about that. I mean, I don't. I'm very curious on your take on why. Bradley says people are going to say what they want. Johnson says last year they showed more of that than anything suspenseful. Oh, a pair 50, 55. Okay. Now just says I'm mad nobody checked on Taggart. Portia asked him Jordan to do it. Like, girl, yeah, yeah. You got a point. You got a point. Deja Flows, the want Trina and Spencer to be adventurous couple, but adventure doesn't really suit them. Not to get on the. To be fair, not to get on the Sprina um bandwagon or whatever, but I gotta be honest. I actually thought that they did a pretty good job on during the whole. God, what's the name of that? I thought Adventure actually did suit them well. On the whole Ice Princess thing. I gotta respectfully disagree. It was actually the first time I generally did enjoy watching their scenes together. Watching them, except for that part they watched sit there and make love. Everything else was actually pretty good though. So, Deja Flower says if they want to portray Trina and Spencer as a romance couple, let them have. Curry says she was telling Spencer that if the judge hears he started a fight that would ruin his custody case. That sounds like encouragement to me. That would turn me off if I saw it on the club. That's probably yeah. I would sit there and see that's the. I would sit there and say this as far as Trina, and this goes for Trina and Sarah when they were together. When Sarah was with Xander, Sarah had to always sit there and check Xander on his bad impulses. And I got to sit there and wonder just how exhausting that was. And now you got Trina sitting there telling um, Spencer just kind of chill out. Listen, it's not going to do you any good as far as the custody case is concerned. But I'm like, it like her job shouldn't be sitting there telling Spencer how to act. Her job should be sitting there having fun with Spencer at the pool, just chilling or whatever. And I don't know. I just feel like that could be a very exhausting thing to sit there and constantly tell your other partners to kind of chill out and stuff. And I base that off of um Xander and Sarah. Gemini says Portia asked Jordan to check on Taggart. I was like, how insensitive is this woman? Gosh. Um, Lashanta said Trina gonna have to calm Spencer. Yeah, but it shouldn't be her job 24/7 though. That's the issue, you know, because it feels like it could just be very exhausting. Um, Ariana says I did enjoy the Trina and Spencer. I enjoyed the Trina and Spencer and the Crazy Cast Iron experience. Yeah, me too. Ariana, I did too. It was actually the one time that I was like, this is actually fun to sit there and watch today. You know, I usually don't care one way or the other for them, but they actually put them in a good scene. So Gemini says if you look at OGH, Spencer mom used to do the same thing with Nicholas and tell him to chill out. Hmm. That must have been kind of exhausting after a while. Chris says that's what pissed me off today about Trina. I love her, but why would Spencer forgive? I don't know if it's about forgive. I think with Trina is just like, can we just sit there and just kind of chill out? We're here to have a good time. You don't have to be best buds with him or anything like that, but you need to just kind of chill out a little bit. Now, here's something I thought about. And I'm gonna sit there and ask this question in the chat. So I'm very, very, very curious about this, and this is taking forever. I'm not ignoring anyone, I promise. Just says, damn, I guess you gotta tell your friends every single thing or else you're a bad friend. Yeah, I agree with that. Some things you can kind of keep to yourself. You don't have to like, Barry says I like Sabrina, but not when he acts. Oh, I like Sabrina, but not when he acts up. Now that's the question that I want to know. If they ever actually became friends, how would everyone feel about that? Would everyone be okay with it, or like, well, I do think that the dude needs self-defense classes. Um, he is rich, and he will always sit there and be a target of something, you know. So I don't know. It's just how stupid it is. I think it'd be kind of a good thing for. Listen, um, why shouldn't they be friends? I'm just curious. Ron says, I just have Nicole to have a healthy baby. Oh, I just want Nicole to have a healthy baby. But so Liz is against it. Carice is against it. Just as I don't care about them being friends. Carice says, nope, I don't want that. Eh, just very curious. Like, okay, I guess people just want them fighting now. Joanna says, I'll be okay with it, but I still, I, seriously? Nobody says I don't see it happening, not with Spencer's attitude. I mean, I don't see it happening either, but I'm just saying, like, how would, Duane says I'll be okay with it, but I still don't like Spencer. Ariana says, I think that Spencer and Dex could be friends later on. Many levels of friends. I can see it. I'll be good with it. Just be cordial. Alyssa says, why would Spencer be friends with a guy who his cousin girlfriend cheated with? Yeah, I mean, I get it, but I'm just saying, I think it will be interesting. Johnson says we got EG at the. Yeah, I didn't understand that, Jonathan. That was really weird. It was like literally like the last 4 minutes he just showed up. I'm like, and also, Jonathan, how many different entranceways um does that house have? Because that dude was upstairs and he was like, "Oh, Nicole, I didn't see you. How did you not see her? Like what?" You would have had to come up. You would have had to come through the unless there's only one door. You would have had to literally come to the main door. Um, you had to literally come to the main door to sit there and not see her. So that really doesn't make any sense. Alyssa said, "I'm glad that Spencer's dad smoked for Dex." Yeah, just don't try him on the physical level, and I guess he'd be fine. You can have all that unnecessary attitude and smoke for him all he wants. Um, just don't try him. Just don't try him on the physical level again. Because my dude is not going to be a punching bag. And I already said how I felt about that stuff with Spencer, so I'm not going to really go on it again. And Duane says, is Marcus Columbus return? Nope. I mean, the dude. I mean, he pretty much kind of got everything but fired, so he is not coming back again. Johnson says maybe. Johnson says maybe the Demerit kitchen, which we never see, had a door. It has to be something. Alyssa says, LOL, Dex can't hit, but he can't aim a gun. Yeah, but he can still hit though. And in that situation, that's what matters. Yeah, John, it must have been something because I literally just sit there and be like, how did you like what? Tyler says Tyler sure ain't return. Yeah, he's that's not gonna happen. And it's in all reality, I'm more okay with him getting his mental health together than anything else. You know. Joanne says I heard Tyler got arrested. Yeah, for public public drunkenness. Yes, Duan, public intoxication. Thank you, Duan. Roger says maybe Dex should been a boxer. My dude got that army training. My dude got the army training. So you don't send this dude around the world without having any sort of hand to hand experience. Roger says you can be like family and still have your own lives and secrets. Josh doesn't owe Trina anything exception about her life. Can anyone understand that? Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, exactly, Jess. Johnson says maybe Johnson says maybe it will be Adam Huss who plays Nicholas again or someone. I feel like it's going to be Adam Huss. Which I'm okay. So I'll be honest. If Adam Huss actually is going to be the new Nicholas moving forward, I'm okay with it. I'll be okay with it. Ron says exactly, Albert. Why would Marcus return to the show that fired him and fans were harassing him on Twitter? Well, yeah. Exactly, Ryan. You pretty much said it. Carrier says I blame the officer for being nosy. That's right. I'm that desperate. Leave my Duan, you're not a fan of Adam Huss? Atara's in the chat. What's good, Atara? How have you been? It was great to see you again. Oh, why not? Just Trina doesn't owe Joss anything. Atara says the recast Molly and Christina are okay. I have to get used to them. And that's the same way for me too. That's the same thing for me too. I'm not completely on board, but I'm not like it's weird because with Christina it's like, what else? I mean, with Molly is like it's whatever because her again her character is so bland. But with Christina, I feel like I'm being more harsher. I would sit there and say. Darby says, Albert, do you think that Tyler has forfeit his right to play Nicholas on the show anymore? In some ways, yes. In some ways, yes. There has been, it's really funny, Darby, because somebody said this yesterday. Somebody was like, listen, if Robert Downey Jr. could sit there and do all the stuff he did back then and is successful like there's no tomorrow, then I guess it's possible. But with ABC and All that stuff, I doubt it. I doubt it. Alyssa says temporary Molly looks older and new Christina is doing well. Yeah, I gotta give him time. I gotta give him time. I just I don't I don't know about the future of new. I don't know about the future. The having the old actress back. I don't know. Atara says it's about time they get a new Nicholas out this comment. It's about time we see Mason again. I agree with that. Harry said Josh can keep all the secrets she wants and jump off the cliff. As far as I'm concerned, I want Sunny to have her snatched off the street and roughed up by some female enforcers. I'm loving that comment. I'm loving that comment. Now, Alyssa says, Temp Molly look like she's 40. Just as Molly acting was kind of off today, I didn't really like it. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of her acting. But I'm also just like, I get, you know what the problem is? Because her character, yeah, because exactly, and just fire Haley. Yeah, because, also, how invested, and this is something else, how invested, you know what? How invested are we into Molly and TJ's story? That's first of all, that's what I want to sit there and ask. How invested as fans are we into TJ Molly's story? Because I feel like it does make some sort of a difference as far as um if we like this new Molly or not. Because if we don't really care about the story, it's like it doesn't really matter. Ron says, yeah, fans are really nasty to us. Yeah, I remember we talked about that before. Darby says, well, Robert, he did all the Marvel stuff after years of earning all the respect that he lost. Okay, that's very true. That's very, very true, Darby. Harry says it's 2023. I know there's some female forces out there. Get them tough itches on Jocelyn. I bet she would stop with that BS. Yeah. Harry's got a YouTube channel. Okay. And if you think I go in on some of these characters, I got nothing for I got nothing on Kyrie's. Hippie's in the chat. What's good, Hippie? Alyssa says I'm invested with Molly and TG storyline. Okay. Just says I'm not invested in this storyline at all. At all. Remember the word at all. Just says we all know where it's going. Christina will carry the baby for her. Yeah. Which again I'm not a huge fan of because I'm just like, that's the best you can sit there and really give to her. Alyssa said Molly acting isn't bad, but that just looked like she could play Sam. You know, Alyssa, somebody else also said that as well. Somebody else in the chat also said that. I just look at it, I'm like really? I feel like they're only giving that to her because she's a woman. Which is unfortunate because they can do better. Queen Nikisha's in the chat. Let's everyone say what's up to the Queen. Nikisha, good evening, everyone. I'm late, but I have to come and say how much I love seeing Sabrina and the pool. I wish they would go get a room instead of arguing about. Yeah, you know they're not gonna sit there and give them love in the afternoon. They're not doing that. They're not doing that with Sabrina. Um, Listen, you all know I'm a huge fan of Love in the Afternoon. Now Carter says, "Hey, fan favorite Queen Acacia." You damn right. We gotta put that Queen Acacia in there. Yes, yes. Put the Queen in there first. Carter says, "LOL." Hopefully, Christina don't get attached to the baby like it's her own, like Maxie did. Like Maxie did. Remember Maxie and the whole Maxie did the same thing. Maxie got attached. Andrea says, "I like the new Christina." Okay. Juan says, one thing about in recast mine, Christina, I might get to see the characters more. That's very true. That's very true because we didn't see a lot of either of them, and I think that was the part that made me so not invested in them. CW says Haley messed things up. Yeah, hopefully she get the help that she needs. Um, CW says not really feeling the new Molly so far. She reminds me of Ally McBeal. Oh, Ally McBeal. I still remember that. I still remember that show. And I'm not gonna lie, CW. They kind of has they kind of have some raunchy episodes. They kind of have some raunchy episodes in Ally McBeal. Also, the guy who played Colin McGeiger, I think, on More Life to Live, he was on that show. Lashana said, "Give the new girl a chance." Darby says, "Even though I love to see Josh get her curve stomped by some big bad hook girls as much as you know." Alyssa says Bonnie was so annoying the other day. She was all up on. Yeah, Xander is a creep. Hmm, I like Xander. I'm not. I'm not. I mean, I'm looking at. I'm trying not to get too upset with Sarah and her decision, although I'm not liking it. Because I don't like Sarah, and to be honest, I don't really like the actress. I don't like either of them. Valerie Valerie says I used to watch Iron Man. Yeah, that was my show back in the day. Like I said, they had some raunchy episodes. Duane says Robbie. Yes, he was. I do remember that. Now Valerie says I used to. Oh yeah, I read that. Um, Herman says I loved Alan McBeal the show more than the character. It's good times. I still think about that to this day. Oh Herman, I'm pretty sure the people, it was just a different time. Let's put it this way. Freddie says now there's no shade to the new Trina. She's doing all right, but I still like Sydney version of Trina better. Yeah, everyone has their type. Everyone has I guess some people like different Carlys. Nikki said I was distracted watching TJ and Molly. I wonder how it feels for TJ's actor to have a new Molly when he is with the OG Molly in real life. That is actually pretty crazy. That's actually, yeah, that's a good one. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to read that, Jess. I'm gonna have to read that. Okay, we got 40 people in the chat. I have no idea how many likes we have. I'm pretty sure. Well, hopefully, I like to hopefully sit there and say that we got some more likes. How many likes we got? 22. Okay. Um, well, if you are enjoying the stream, hit the like button. It really does help. Also, if you're not a member, become a member. Um, I do. Alyssa says it's Xander with Chloe. I kind of like them together. Hopefully, they are in this weird way. Um, if you're not a member, you want to join to be a member. It's really good. We have the best conversations. I just dropped a new video about yesterday. But I only put that on my members, so definitely join. It's a lot of fun. Trust me, we have a good time. We have a good group. It's worth it. Ask anybody that actually is a member, and it will sit there and tell you. The amazing, gorgeous Janet is in the chat. Janet, whenever you're here, it's all good. Yes, Janet, I'm grateful that you're here. Danny says, "Hey Albert, the reason why I'm leaving YouTube is that the time for a change." Danny says, "Hey Albert, the reason leave YouTube is that time for change and have Not been getting too many views on my videos. Oh, Jess, I'm on episode 6. Thank you for asking. I'm on episode 6. Hopefully, I want to sit there and try to finish watching it this weekend. I'm gonna try to finish watching it this weekend. Well, Danny, where are you gonna go? That's my first question. Where are you gonna go from YouTube? I won't give you advice unless you ask for it. That's right. Let's everyone say what's up to Janet. And this is taking. That is very true, Cheyenne. I do like Sylvester Stallone. I still gotta watch that movie on Prime whenever I get a chance. Atari says I'm over Taylor. Why would she go after Rich? There's a theory on that. Just as you were at 6 last time. See, this is why I like Jess in the chat. This is why I like Jess in the chat. Anyone who just this is why I like Jess in the chat. Jess is like, yo, pick it up, pick up the pace. I love it. Alyssa says Xander told Chloe that she got the job by talking to Gwen about it. Yeah, she pretty much just kind of like pretty much kind of argued over it, and eventually she was just like, yes, yes, I love it. Jess, you're amazing. Harry says I bet that by July we can do a book. Yeah, definitely. Because I always sit there and do read the book whenever I get a chance, and it's I generally do enjoy it. Oh, that's gonna be fun now. That's gonna be fun, Kyrie. That's gonna be fun. Because honestly, to tell you the truth, Kyrie, here's the thing. I've been itching to talk to somebody about the book. Um, on the realness. I've been itching to talk to people about this book. Also, again, Kyrie's has a book out. Um, I don't know if it's out, but it's actually really good though. I'm enjoying it, and I'm not even a book person. Just can't describe what this book is like. Yeah, no, I want to finish this. Trust me, there's so many other things I want to sit there and get to. I want to get to the Umbrella Academy. I want to get to that show on Netflix about nurses or something. But I actually am enjoying you. So now Alyssa says I actually want Brady and Chloe back together. Why is that? I'm curious on your take, Alyssa. Very curious on your take. Freddie says, I think Laura and Spencer will not understand after they leave Ava. I think Laura and Spencer will not understand after they learn Ava has been keeping them in the dark about what happened between her and Nicholas, even though she doesn't know where Nicholas is right now. Oh yeah, no, Jonathan, that's on my list also. You know, it's actually funny, Jonathan. I put that on my list even before I talked to you because it looked like it was interesting, and I was just like, I'm gonna check it out. But Jonathan, what is that other show though? It's not a nurse. Can't remember what it is. The chick dies and then she comes back and there's like a season 2 and she's in some sort of like nun warrior. That's what it's called. Jesus Christ. I know I'm not that drunk yet. Atara says, would you like to see Taylor with Deacon? That would really start a pod. That would. That definitely would. Um oh, that'd be interesting. I think that people actually wanted that. Alyssa says, are they any good? Alyssa says, I don't know, I haven't watched the show yet in a long time, so help me out. I would, here's the thing, Alyssa. I wasn't a huge fan of them. Um, I wasn't a huge fan of them because of the way that they got together. But Not warrior nun. What did I say? Nun warrior? Okay. Well, clearly I need another drink. So Alyssa says, "How Kate come back? I thought she was really dead." Um. So Bo Brady was supposed to shoot her, and he shot in the air to spare her. Because let's be honest, that chick has been on this show for way too long. Way too long. That's what it's called. Thank you, Jonathan. Warrior Nun. I'm gonna watch that. But I also still have to watch the last season of This Is Us. So there's that. It's also really good to have you back in the chat, Jonathan. Alyssa says Brady and Chloe must be toxic then. They weren't toxic. The thing was Chloe was with this guy named Philip, right? Now Philip back in the day was kind of a dirtbag, not gonna lie, right? But Philip seemed like he changed. He got together with Chloe, and the way that Chloe treated Philip, I wasn't feeling. I just personally was not feeling. So when Philip supposedly died, I think it was like maybe 2 weeks after or something like that, and she wound up going out with Brady. And during that whole time, I was just not a fan of Chloe. And she honestly tell you the truth, to this day, she's only tolerable with Xander. Oh wow, okay, let's okay, damn, okay. That's what's up. Wow. Remember Philip. Johnson, so what do you think what happened? What do you think will happen? Kyle Lemmick sleeping to go to prison or get killed? I think he may go to jail for a little bit. I honestly tell you, Johnson, I don't even think he's going to go to jail. Um, I think Sloan's going to find a way to like get him off the charges. I think Sloan's going to find a way to beat the charges. That's what I honestly think because, well, Tali's an idiot, and they're going to keep her as an idiot. So, which I really hate because I'm not gonna lie, Tali is way too fine to sit there and be this stupid. Lashanta said the way Judge Joe Brown spoke on a woman who just died out of order, like she don't have a family. What? Now Alyssa says, I like Chloe. I remember Sammy and Lucas. I think Colin is getting Charlie gets my thank you, Alyssa. This is something that me and her 150% completely agree. This is something that me and Alyssa 150% completely agree on. I've been waiting for this day. Um, but yeah, seriously. Hippie says Tali will take the blame. Of course she will, because her dirt bag of a POS boyfriend decided to throw her under the bus. uh, she's right. She is 100%, she is 150% right. And I love it. It's actually pretty fun. That's actually pretty funny. It's true. Freddie says Portia don't give a damn. Period. She's going to do everything in her power to keep Trina away from stuff. Yeah, I'm not gonna see Freddie. Now Jocelyn says Talia is the gift that keeps. You damn right, Jonathan. And that's a sentence that's meaning more than once. Um, you are 100% right. Now, here's the thing, Freddie. This is where I get to the point. Let me take another drink. This is where I get to the point. Uh, no, Spider Quick, not yet, but the night is young. This is where I get to the point where I have to defend. Oh, let me go back to that comment because I want to use that as reference. And I'm not ignoring anyone's comments, I promise. Um, this is where I get to the point where I actually have to sit there and defend Spencer. I have to sit there and defend Spencer because as much as I don't like him, I really don't like him. Um, Portia is 100% hella wrong for her trying to keep Trina away from Spencer. Because first of all, Trina is damn near a grown ass woman. Second of all, if we're gonna be honest, you're already on thin ice with Trina as it is. So why push? Even Taggart was like, "You shouldn't be doing this. This isn't a good idea. This is not a good idea. You shouldn't be doing this." Also, the fact that she's sitting there being so harsh on Spencer, being like, "Spencer is this, Spencer is that," and I'm like, "Bro, you don't exactly have a clean record. You know what they say about stones and glass houses. Like, you need to sit there and just kind of just take that down a couple of notches." So the fact that I gotta sit there and actually defend Spencer is it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard, not gonna lie. Big Nate is in the chat. Queen Acacia said, "I don't know if you can tell, have a view of the full moon, but it's beautiful. It's glowing red. It's a glowing round. I like my moon's blood red. I like my moon's red." If, Hippie says, if it, Hippie says, "I thought Leo was going to be a hostage, but he would have loved that." Hmm? Johnson says Portia is only going to end up hurting Trina and dividing her. Yeah, it's so stupid. But again, Jonathan, the fact that it has to sit there and defend Spencer, out of all people, yeah. But you know, I always sit there and say fair is fair and right is right. And regardless how I feel about a character, I will sit there and defend them if I feel it's appropriate. Damn, I actually really poured a lot. Let me try to drink this a little bit slowly. LaShanta says Trina wants want to get Spencer that cookie. Portia, have a seat. Spike Quick says, Albert, do you think that Spencer and Dex are going to be besties? See, I asked that question. Now, I'm personally okay with it. I know there's a lot of people in the chat that's not. Okay, what else? Um, I think it'd be interesting. I think it'd be interesting. Alyssa says Portia is something else. You damn right, Portia is something else. When I got it, Alyssa, when I got to sit there and defend Spencer, yeah, Portia is definitely something. Portia is definitely something else. Nikki said, I'm about 4 hours from you. Okay. Daisy Flowers says, Daisy Flowers says, I think Spencer and Dex are related. Ooh. Can you imagine that? Can you seriously imagine that just for a hot minute? Johnson says, no, Spencer is hard to tolerate, but one thing I think we can agree on is he's not boring. See, Jonathan, this is why you're my guy. This is why you're my guy. Um, you are absolutely right about that. You are 100%. You are 100% right about that. That is something I will. All right, let me have my drink first. Oh, Kyrie says, y'all or is ain't wondering about worried about attacker who he screwed over should be checking on. That's very true. That's very true, Kyrie. Even Jess says so. Even Jess says so. Now, all right. As much as I'm not a fan of Spencer, I gotta agree with Jonathan. Spencer's not boring. He is a lot of things, but he's not boring. I mean, my guy gives me most of my damn material when I sit there and talk about him during the chat, so I'll give him that. Deja Fly says no, thank you, Dex and Christina. Now Alyssa says, okay, Hippie says, okay, I will behave. Alyssa says Portia pissed me off yesterday. She didn't check Tiger after. She didn't check on Tiger after the results. You know, somebody else also said the same thing too. Oh, I figured you was gonna say that, Alyssa. I figured you was gonna say that. Um, Nikki said, I feel like Laura is stretching too thin, always having to fix everything for everyone. She can hardly be a mayor because she's always some drama happening. That's very true. That's very that is very true. That's really funny. Whenever you sit there and talk about whenever people sit there and talk about May Laura and her like mayor duties. Also, I used to always sit there and think about DC. Because DC, you know, DC is so sanctuary. He used to always sit there and talk about him being the Mayor Collins of Laura. Which I gotta check on him. I gotta check on him. Alyssa says, seriously? Alyssa says, I think Josh is going to still. Yeah, I said the same thing during my, I might have said the same thing during my, ugh, during my review. Torres says, I feel bad for Taggart. Man was punching the elevator like he was still police work on active duty. Taggart got the bad end of the stick. Here's the thing, I'm very 50-50 on it, right? Because part of me is there, seriously, part of me is there looking at that and being like, are we just going to just. Now, Daisy Flowers says Marlena is the worst psychiatrist. Why is she the worst psychiatrist, Daisy Flowers? I'm very curious about that. Just as I thought Dex gave it to Michael. Yeah, but she can, like Alyssa said, she can always steal it from him, which is probably what she's going to wind up doing. So, Justin says, Molina has Melinda been in the stream? Oh, Melanie, no, she hasn't. Thank you, Jonathan. No, she hasn't been in the stream this week. And you know, it's really funny. I actually did think about that. I did think about that throughout the day. Because part of me does feel bad for her. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. Because part of me does feel bad for her. But the other part of me is like, it's just silly. You know, it's silly and it's unnecessary. And if she does come back, you know, I'll welcome her with open arms. I mean, come on, she was my horror girl. Melanie was my horror girl. She told me so much stuff about movies that was coming out that I didn't even know about. So part of me is taking that somewhat a little bit harsh, but the other part of me is like, you know, there's really nothing I can do about it. Spike Quick says Mel just needs a break. Probably, hopefully, it should come back better than ever. Yeah, I mean that's Spike. Thank you, Spike Quick. That's what happened last time. That's what happened last time. I was hoping she was going to come back. Alyssa says, I want to say sorry about yes. It's all good. Alyssa said, we're good. We talked on what we talked on, so we're good. But thank you for saying that, though. I always enjoy having you in the chat. You know, I love having you in the chat. We're gonna disagree on some stuff, but at the end of the day, I always have your back, and I care about you. So it is all good, Alyssa. We're good. You know that. Well, now, listen. I'm not going to sit there and be getting all upset over these fictional characters. For me, it's not really that serious. I care more about you than I do about whatever sort of back and forth stuff that we got going on. So like I said when I messaged you, it's all love. So, but thank you. I do appreciate that. Alyssa says, Gary says, got tired of banging Carly. He's been doing it for. Ned, it's really okay. So I'm gonna say something. You know what? No, never mind. There's a joke I was gonna sit there and say, but I'm like, I don't think I should say it because I feel like I would be canceled. So I might say it in the members live. I'm not even gonna say it in the members live stream. But the joke does kind of revolve around what the joke does kind of revolve around what Kyrie says. Alyssa says, I hate the back and forth too. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Um, like I said, Alyssa, I care more about you than whatever fictional, what I'm saying, whatever soap characters that we got going on. So, like I said, Alyssa is all good, is all love. I always care about you no matter what. So that's never gonna change. Ooh, excuse me. Shannon says Scotland is a beautiful place. You're probably right. But I'm assuming you're right. I still want to go to the UK though. Right Quick says, if I were you, I wouldn't care about getting canceled. I mean, that's very true, Spider Quick. And honestly, tell you the truth, I was, to be fair, Spider Quick, I was actually going to sit there and say the joke, but I'm kind of too tipsy to say it now. I'm kind of too tipsy to sit there and say the joke now. So, Qatar says, LOL, facts that Sonny getting married for the 10th time. He needs his own personal wedding, Hall of Fame. You know, Qatar, see, okay, so that's the thing that's always like, that's the thing that's always like weird to me. When people sit there and get married multiple times, like there's something about that that's just like very off. It's like, Emma says, what are you drinking, Albert? What am I drinking? Moscato. Pink Moscato. Damn, that stuff is good. Danny said, just want to let you know, open to join Rumble or TikTok or even video platforms, but not going to make any YouTube videos. You know, Danny, I'm gonna email you. I'm gonna email you. Like what says, you aren't drinking what? Yeah, no, of course I am. That's Moscato is wine. Herman says, yeah, I love wine. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I don't know. You know that I here's the thing. I know that some people like, some people are not wine people. Some people like beer. Um, it's this whole stereotype where it's like, you know, men, men is like, oh, we gotta sit there and drink beer. It's all about beer. What do you want, like a beer or whatever? And it's like, here's the thing. I haven't found a good beer that I actually like. That's my whole thing. So, and here's the thing. I can sit there and say it's like I'm not a huge drinker, but since I've been drinking every night, I can no longer say that. That's the truth of the matter. But yeah, Danny, I got to sit there and message you. But you know what? No, you know what? No, Danny. Let me ask you a question. How long have you been making videos for on YouTube? That's my question. I want to know how long you've been making videos on YouTube. Herman says I'm not huge on beer, but I do like a nice smooth smoke. Blame that on Jamaican. Yeah, I mean, Herman, I'm not against beer. It's just the beers that I've had. Not a huge fan of. Lashanta says it was served Nina Ray. Okay, I feel like I kind of came in the middle of that. Also, I apologize if I missed some of the comments. Laura Beach says I don't see Sonny making Carly after. I don't see Sonny marking Carly after the actor says he wants to do something different. Oh, you mean like yeah? Well, yeah, no, that's that. Oh, marry Carly. Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. That is not gonna happen. Kyrie says I hate beer. See, this is another reason. Well, this is one of the many reasons why we get along. One of the many reasons why we get along. I just haven't found a good beer that I like. I I'm more of a wine person. I'm more of a wine person. This is taking forever. Alyssa says, "Where's your wine?" Oh, my wine is right here on deck. And you know what? I feel like I already need another one. So guess let me go. You know what? Screw it. I'm not. You know what? I'm not even gonna wait until I'm almost out of wine. I'm just gonna get another one tomorrow. This way, I don't have to sit there and wait. Nikki says, what is with the safety deposit? What is the safety deposit bank? Evidence against Esme or am I wishful thinking? Nikisha, I wish that we actually had the old Esme. I can't do this. I can't do this new Esme. I'm not feeling her. Alyssa Sakura, let's drink for the beginning. Damn right, Alyssa. Let's drink for the beginning of this summer. I feel like a lot of good things are gonna happen. Well, good things are already happening. Like Grace says, I don't know if beer or wine, but my aunt is stocked up on one of my uncles is stocked up too. Alyssa says Esme is useless now. I just wish that we went back to the old Esme, not this whining and just. I can't deal with that. You know. Valerie says the stream is always sponsored by. Valerie, do you understand how much? Maybe what? Screw it. Maybe I need to sit there and reach out to this wine company. Marsha. Marsha's in the chat. Let's everyone say what's up to Marsha. I really wish it was sponsored by this wine company. Alyssa, when's your birthday? If you don't mind me asking. If you don't feel like telling everyone, then I'll message you later on. I want to know when your birthday is. If you don't mind me asking. Um, I really do wish that the wine company was. Do you know how cool it would actually be if I actually did get a sponsor and it was actually a wine company? That's my damn pen. Really? All right, listen. I just want to write that down. Where's my wallet? Hmm. How are you doing, Marsha? Yeah, no, listen. I want to write that down. So I wonder what sign that July is. Because my dad is his birthday is in July. Alyssa says Esme is trash compared to. Hippie says I only want to piss Josh and Nina off at this point. So if the marriage so they don't have to testify against each other, I'll be okay with it. Like Ray says, I'm surprised. Okay. Curry says the only way I want Esme back is if she physically harmed both. If she harms both Spencer and Jocelyn. I want to make sure I read that correctly. Nikita is about what they done. Nina has done more wrong than Esme. Hmm. Her crimes are up there. Her what you call is up there. Spike Ray says, Albert, who do you think is worse, Esme or Nina? Nina. What? Here's the thing. You know what? I may actually have to go back with no. I might. You know what? No, screw that. I'm gonna go with Esme. I'm gonna take that back. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Esme. No, Jess, it's actually not. Um, it's actually not because if you stop and think about it, Esme was going to sit there and frame an innocent young girl for a crime that she didn't commit. Okay, she leaked a sex tape to the world of Cam and Spencer. No, Cam and Jocelyn. I said Cam and Spencer. Cam and Jocelyn. So I actually in reality no, just Esme is actually worse. Nina's annoying, and she does do some stuff that's like really bad, but like Esme is actually worse because of those crimes that she did. Excuse me. Hippie says Eric should have went to the hospital with her. Yeah, to make sure she was actually going to do what she said she did. Yeah, no, that's what I was meant to say, Alyssa. That's what I was like. That's what I was meant to say. I was like, you know what, Esme. Yeah, Esme was a lot worse. And it's not even so much about the woman of color. It's just a simple fact that even if she was Caucasian or whatever, it was still wrong. So I got to go with those scenes are yeah no Esme is a lot worse. Now Nikisha said Right quick, those scenes are on YouTube. What scenes? Oh, also, and this is taking forever. Oh, let's see, that's true. But a woman of color is worse. Yeah, it's just bad in general. So I would sit there and give it to Esme. Also, Ariane says, "Oh, my way." I I don't understand Ariana. All my way. I'm a little tipsy, so I might actually kind of forgot some. I might have actually um I might have missed a comment, so I'm sorry about that. Just as honestly, I don't know who's worse. Damn, I'm speechless for the first time. Yes, I was speechless. Well, I'm not gonna sit there and say because they already know I was gonna sit there and say yes. Which, by the way, just on a side note, I'm gonna sit there and say this. I'm not gonna sit there and say a name because I'm following different people on different social media platforms. But there's someone that put out a new picture today, and damn. Well, it might not have actually been today, but I'm just like, so whatever this person is doing that I'm following, they look good. Jesus Christ, they look good. Well, no, I'm not gonna sit there and say who this person is. I'm just gonna sit there and say that this person is wow. And it says I hit the board. Oh, okay. Justin says if you watch Death Note, Albert. No. But you know what, Jonathan? You know what I actually sit there thinking about now? Attack on Titans. I gotta sit there and finish watching Attack on Titans. So I actually tell you the truth, Jonathan, thank you. That's something else I gotta sit there and watch. But yes. I'm gonna give this nameless person that shall not be named um all the flowers that they deserve because wow. Herman says, are we talking only no. No, Herman, no. We're actually talking about an actual person that I do follow. And all I'm gonna sit there and say is, damn, damn. Danny says been on here for about 1 month, have not been getting too many views. But you know what? It takes about to leave YouTube to know some other platforms. Um, it takes a while though. It takes a while, Danny. I will sit there and say that. It takes a while. When I first started, I didn't really get that many views either. I really did. It's not exactly an overnight thing. For some people, it wasn't like that for me. It really wasn't. And Danny, I don't know how Rumble is because I put out a video on Rumble. I don't remember it doing too well. I feel like the algorithm towards YouTube is better, personally. Like, okay, let's put it this way, Danny. If you're gonna go to any place, don't go to Twitch. Do not go to Twitch because it's definitely not gonna call you away. But if you want to try Rumble, try Rumble. Duan says, "Do you like Summer from the?" No, I do not. Honestly, tell you the truth, Duan, I don't know who I can't stand more, Summer or Jocelyn. Summer on the Young and the Restless, Summer on YNR, or or Jocelyn on GH because they're both insufferable. Christ Almighty, are they insufferable? But no, Herman, it's not. It's not. No, this is. It's actually a little bit better. This is actually a real person. Um, Andrea says, eight, Esme. What about Esme? No, this is actually a real person. All I can sit there and say is, damn, same. Solomon says, Cheyenne says, daily motion needs to improve. It's always not that good. You know, Cheyenne, I've only used Daily Motion for watching soap opera reviews, and when he took that off, I was kind of done with them. And this is taking now. Spike says, "Well, Jason kind of forced Franco to help Carly get out." Oh, okay, all right. I get that's a conversation between you and Nikisha. Hmm. You are just gonna take forever, aren't you? You are just going to take forever. Okay, we got 29 people we got 29 likes. We got 40 people in the chat. So if you are enjoying the stream, hit the like button. It actually really does help. Laura B says, I'm going to call it night. Have a good night, Laura B. Thank you for joining. Danny says, Albert will still watch your videos and come your chat. Well, I appreciate that, Danny. I do. Um, listen, whatever platform that you go onto, I wish you luck. Um, I was just sitting there and say I wish you luck. So, but I do appreciate that. We're still going to be boys. Hippie says maybe Zeke can hook up with Jordan. It's really messed up. Alyssa says he did not like Nina, but she grew on me. No, I get it, Alyssa. I get it. I defended Nina sometimes. Honestly, I don't like Nina when SM was playing her. Really? Okay. Kyrie says going to call it a night. Yes, Kyrie. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Kyrie, you've been missing the chat, so you have a great night, my friend. Thank you for joining. Now, Spiderquake. Oh my God, Spiderquake. Spiderquake says, I like Nina, but there's times I just can't defend her. And I like that. I like that, Spiderquake. I do. I'll still got a little bit more. Where are we on? Alyssa said, I don't like Carly. um. Marsha. No. Marsha says, Marsha says also, I'm Team Nina. Man. Now, Duran says Nina equals Gladys. Duran, I'm very curious about that. I'm very curious about that. I don't like Nina, but um, you putting it down to Gladys status? you putting it down to the you putting it down to Gladys status? Alyssa said all that. Of course you're not alone, Alyssa. They're annoying. Mm, the sad thing is that as much as I don't like Nina, and I don't, I feel like Gladys. My problem with Gladys is that I've met too many Gladyses in real life. um, just that Nina was interesting when she plays Psycho. Now she's Psycho, and I liked her in the beginning. Just I do remember you said I do remember that because you've been in the chat for a while, so I do remember you. I do remember that. Jess, you should see Jess. You should join the YouTube members. You have a lot of fun. You have a lot of fun in the YouTube membership program. You would. Because I spill a lot of beans that I don't normally do. Um, I spill a lot of beans that I don't normally do, and what the hell? Oh, I spill a lot of beans that I normally don't do in the regular live stream. So you'll like it. You'll like it, Jess. CW says never like Nina. Her ass was crazy for the. Now, Alyssa's coming in with the smoke. Alyssa says, "I want Nina to win. I don't care." LOL. Alyssa, never lose that. Never lose that energy. Oh, Johnson says you didn't read my comment. Oh, my bad, Jonathan. Just say okay. I will. I hope you will. I hope you will, Jess. Unfortunately, Nina is her. Yeah, that's yeah. You're. Thank you, Jonathan. That's very true. And I've said that a couple of times. Have a good night, Freddie. Thank you for joining. No, Jess, I think you would actually have a lot of fun though. You have a lot of fun. You have a lot of fun. And I definitely want you to be there though, Jess. I do. I do. Hmm. Alyssa, yeah, you actually commented on one of my videos about Nina. About Nina. So I made a video for members call it Nina being one of the perfect soap opera characters, right? Because Alyssa was like, yeah, Nina is messy, but I love it. And you actually did watch it, Alyssa, because I do remember reading your comment. Hippie says she's a good actress. Oh yeah, no, yeah, no, Cindy Watts is that chick. I love Cindy Watts. Nikki says I feel like we talk more about Nina than we do. We do. For better or worse, we do. For better or worse, we do. Johnson says, "Hope days will have a good cliffhanger on Friday." I'm not gonna lie. I keep forgetting that tomorrow's Friday. Jesus Christ, I keep forgetting that tomorrow is Friday. My goodness. But yes, Nick, Jess, you should definitely join. Oh, I'm sorry. I really now Valerie says goodnight, Freddie. But somebody said goodnight, Valerie, and Valerie's not. Okay, maybe I'm confused. I'm definitely confused. I'm tipsy as F. Um, I don't think that Valerie is actually. Well, I'm gonna say have a good night to Valerie. Um, if she is leaving, but I don't think she is though. Andrea says I don't like Nina. Oh, Andrea, join the club. That's what I was gonna. I felt like you wasn't leaving, Valerie. I felt like you wasn't. That's why I read the comments. I was like, I don't think that Valerie's leaving, but Alyssa said we can agree on one thing. You don't like her. I do. We both tired of talking about her. Yeah. Well, Alyssa, here's the thing. Okay. Here's the thing that I will sit there and say. Oh yeah, Val, I'm tipsy as F. Um, here's the one thing I could sit there and say about these characters, about Spencer and about Nina. They may be a lot of things, right? I will call them names. Have a good night, Gemini. Thank you for joining. I will call them names like there's no tomorrow, right? I will sit there and talk about Spencer. I will talk about Nina. Now, the one compliment I'm going to give both of those characters, because I feel like using a pen for some odd reason, is that they're not boring. They're not boring. Spencer and exactly, they're not boring. Thank you. They're not boring characters. And it's really crazy that I would sit there and give both of those characters credit because I'm just in a generous mood. Um, I would rather have I would rather have a character that's not boring. Like I'd rather have a character that I can't stand than have a character that bores me. Because I feel like that's actually worse than anything else. That's the thing. I will give them their credit. And Jocelyn says in the board character, exactly, Jonathan, exactly. I can like the character, but if they're boring, they're not really doing much for me. Oh, Darby says, Albert, are you turning on the award show music on Valerie to get her off the stage? Darby says, are you turning on the award show to get Valerie off the stage? I don't know who I'm getting off the stage. Now I'm also a little bit kind of tipsy, so I don't know who I'm getting off the stage. Um, Marsha says I want to reach into my TV and tell Nina just shut your mouth and stop talking. Jess says I don't know if Nina is interesting. Well, here's the thing, Jess. I don't think Nina. When I say interesting, I don't mean interesting in a good way all the time. But Nina is somebody who vexes me, right? She bothers me, she annoys me, she does things that I don't like. Same thing with Spencer, right? Now, I'd rather have that than have a situation like Mariah and Tess. Because if you sit there and you look at it, now Johnson says in villain characters always excellent. Yes. Um, you look at Tess Mariah, they're boring, right? You look at Molly and TJ, for the most part, they're boring. You look at Spencer and well, yeah, let's. I mean, that's on the writers. Um, but you look at Nina and Spencer, and they may annoy the hell out of me because they do. But you know what? They're not. They're not boring. So I gotta sit there and give them their credit for not being boring. And to sad. Yeah, exactly, Jess. That's what I'm sitting there saying. It's like we could sit there and talk about them and talk about all the stuff we don't like about them. But the thing is, we're talking about them. Talking about them. I mean, seriously, how interesting for most of us to not really care about. Like, does anyone actually care about TJ and Molly? They both annoying and Willow annoys me too. Willow's just kind of like, she's just kind of there, you know. Well, listen, don't. Now, Nikisha, I care about TJ. Yeah, but do you care about Molly and TJ though? That's the thing. Do you care about Molly and TJ? Yeah, exactly. There we go. Alyssa, see, that's exactly what they're talking about. It's like TJ is actually useful for most of the part. He's a doctor at the hospital. He does things, you know. He has a role with Jordan most of the times. How many? I mean, seriously, how many times? Now, just as now, Johnson said, TJ and Molly are decent characters, but they don't do much. It's the same thing with Mariah and Jess. They don't do much. Now, just as Spencer annoys me, but he's interesting. Exactly. That was really amazing. I felt like I came to this conclusion because of this, but I got that conclusion. So how it happened is how it happened. But Alyssa says like the cancer and SAG story bored me. Oh, Nikita, I said it 100. No, seriously, this thing is so. Nikki said I said it 100 times, but I stopped messing with Molly when she told Trina to take. No, I do remember that. I do remember that. And what I mean, yeah, I get it. I get it. I get it. Because I do get where you're coming from. Darby says Josh. I mean, Darby says Spencer always tearing down a character to hit, tearing down a character to hit rock bottom, but to have them build themselves back up. Nina's story is that no matter what you do, sometimes there's no forgiveness ever. Atara says Willow been dying for too long. I lost interest. Um, that's very. I totally get that. Atara. Well, Valerie, she's not wrong. Andrea, have a good night. Andrea, thank you for joining. Alyssa says, and this is taking. Alyssa says Josh annoys me. She's becoming annoying after she cheated on Cam. See, I wasn't a fan of that. I wasn't a fan. But you know what's worse? And I'll sit there and say this until the cows come home, because apparently that's my new catchphrase. Um, it wasn't so much that she cheated on Cam, and granted that was a problem. The coldness is what I had an issue with. Duan says Hope needs Thomas to blow that. Oh my God, Duan. Duan, I'm more a fan of Love in the Afternoon. So I'm cool with it. They did seem like they had a somewhat kind of a beginning of a Skinamax moment. Nikisha, I like Willow better when Chase before she got with Michael. I'm very curious. Why is that, Nikisha? Because here's the thing. A lot of people have actually said that, and I'm genuinely curious on why that is. Keep in mind, I know nothing about chemistry, so I'm very curious about that. And this is taking too. Yes, Val, you know damn well what I'm talking. You know damn well what I'm talking about. Because yeah. Latasha says Chase no. What do you know what? Okay, just for the sake of argument, I'm actually gonna go back and watch these singing scenes with Chase. I didn't watch them before because I don't generally care about the singing stuff. Um, although Carson Boltman can actually sing, I will give him credit. I will give him credit. Some people can sing, some people can't. Carson Ballman, the guy who plays Johnny on Days of Our Lives, he can actually sing. He can actually sing. Some people can actually say. Nikki said when Josh told Cam she didn't owe him anything, then asked him to. Yeah, that was bad. That was bad, Nikisha. That was oof. That pissed me off, and I dragged her. I dragged her little ass, her little skinny ass, for days on that. CW says Chase and Willow had good chemistry. I have to drink a strong cup of coffee with her and Michael. Damn. Oh, this is taking forever. Ariana says cheating is just it's just that cheating is the call. It's the callous way Josh. Yeah, exactly. I was not. And I have to tell you the truth. I'm gonna be honest, Ariana. It seems as much as I don't like Josh, it seemed like it was a little over the top even for her. So in a lot of ways, it seemed like it was kind of out of character. Darby said Josh was always gonna be sort of like Carly, but without the hard life Carly suffered. Like Luke Skywalker was to be the father of Darth Vader. You know, Darby, I actually do get that. Actually, I actually do get that. The case said Jason and Willow were just a better couple. Like Marshall said, Sasha was better with Michael. Sasha made Michael tolerable. Oh, I feel like that might be a topic. I feel like might be a topic for a future live stream. Johnson says I'm going to respectfully agree to disagree about Willow and Chase because I think the build up with her and Michael was better. Hmm. Now, okay, all right, just got it. Alyssa says as much as I don't like Carly, I'd rather deal with her than Josh. And I say damn because I know how much you do not. I know how much you do not like Carly. So damn. No, I'm actually out. Well, I'm gonna have to get another one tomorrow. Andrea is still here. I'm glad she's still here. Hit that like button. It really does actually help. Nobody says if you had a choice of either Josh or Sarah to be your friend, who would you choose? Oof. Oof. I feel like I need another drink. I feel like I need another drink for that. Jesus Christ, they are both terrible, god awful choices. It's like it's like which hand do I actually want to get cut off? Then I actually have to sit there and think about which hand I actually use. Is this seriously taking Ariana says I don't understand how she just seriously? You really just no, I'm being and Duan, when I sit there and say which hand I use, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But Ariana says Ariana says I didn't understand how she just turned on Cam and was yeah, I didn't get that. I felt like it was I felt like that was out of character even for her. And yeah, Val, you know exactly what I'm talking about. W says not your research hands. I have to sit there and think about which one is my research hand now. Hmm. What was the choices again? Sarah or Joss? You know what, Darby? I'm gonna have to. I don't even. I don't even know. I don't even know. I was tell you, I'm being dead ass here. It's just like it's like Smith is saying which which hand do I actually want to cut off? I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. I'm legitimately stumped about that. Hippie says, "Good night, everyone. If you would move your ASS." Hippie says, "Good night, everyone." Yes, thank you, Hippie. Have a good night. Thank you for joining. I really don't have an answer for that. I really don't have an answer for that. Sarah on Days of Our Lives or Jocelyn Jax. But have a good night, Hippie, and thank you. Yes, hit that like button on the way out. It really does actually help. We got new people in. Um, Alyssa says Rory served dry cookies. Well, Dex served dry. What did he serve? He served burnt grilled cheese sandwiches. He served grilled cheese sandwiches. I'm still thinking about that comment though. Darby says you can always. Now Darby says you can always you no. Darby says you always need a doctor like Sarah. Yes, Valley. Grilled cheese. Yeah, he burnt that. He burnt the hell out of that grilled cheese. That is very true. He did. I'm just sitting there thinking like, oof. Uh, I'm generally stumped. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that. This is literally the second time I've been stumped. And if this person, screw it. If Jess is in the chat, Jess was the first time that I got stumped. Because that girl's voice. So this is the second time I actually got stumped. I'm gonna have to think about that and actually come back with an answer. You know, the sad thing is that Darby said, "Well, you always need a doctor like Sarah," and I'm just like, I don't give a damn about her being a doctor. She's still trash. But so is Josh. Josh is also trash. Oh, hold on. Rory, yeah, Jess, Rory was pointless. Um, and of course, Jess just totally ignore my comment. But okay, Adara says just like had Daddy serving up cold gumbo. What? You know, Adara. To be fair, he could have reheated that. Okay, we all saw that burnt as grilled cheese sandwich. So we ain't we ain't even gonna sit there and try to Andrea says Sarah. I don't know. That is very true, Jonathan. Rory was just a plot. I mean, was just a plot device. Now, just what comment I missed it. Oh, the comment when I said that you have a very, 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 very beautiful voice. And your voice is gorgeous. Jesus Christ. Just saying. I hope I don't sit there and knock you off from commenting again, but just saying you have a good voice. So I was stumped. I was okay, I'm gonna stop talking now. Andrea says hit the like. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you. Alyssa Johnson said Rory was just a plot. Oh, no. Alyssa says, I just wanted Rory as the hook so bad. I think a lot of people did actually want that, though. Marsha says, I like Roy, but Trina heart was with Spencer. Yeah, that's very true. Exactly, Jess. I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. I've been drinking too much, so I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. Now Darby says, AJ, you were not. Darby says, AJ, you were not alone. Alyssa says there was a rumor going around that Roy was supposed to be the hook killer, but the actor supposedly quit and they made Heather. Oh, Alyssa, I've heard that at some point from some other people too, and that's just crazy. That's just crazy. Now, Jess says Roy being a hook killer with a wig would have been stupid. But you know what? Somebody said that though. It might have been DC. You know, DC, the guy who retired. Then he says Albertine Brooklyn from GH. Albert, and this is taking forever. What, did Hippie actually hit? Did Hippie actually leave the chat? She actually said she was leaving the chat? Somebody said that Hippie was leaving the chat. And this is taking forever. Have a good night, Marsha. Take care. It's actually really good to see you again. I was trying to look for Hippie's chat. I was trying to look for Hippie when she said that she was leaving, because somebody said that Hippie was leaving. Um, but if you did leave, have a good night, Hippie. Thank you for joining. Sorry, I'm kind of like um 2 cups in on my mind, so I apologize that I missed you. Justice says a missed opportunity for a plot on Days was bringing in Charles' brother Jimmy to cause some trouble. Who's Charles, though? Jonathan. But have a good night, Marsha. Thank you for joining. It was really great to see you again. You know, I always love to say my famous catchphrase. Okay, it's not my famous catchphrase, but I'm using it, and that's just how it is. I hope I get to see you tomorrow, though. Alyssa says a man posing as a woman to throw off the cars would have been. It would have been. I would have been okay with it. I would have been okay with it. I'm just saying. I would have been okay with it. I would have been okay with it. Oh, Charlie, yes. This is just like torture. But yes, no, I would have been okay with it though. I actually tell you, the truth, they missed that opportunity so long ago. Um, they missed that opportunity. Yes, that was definitely a huge miss. I 150% agree with that, Jonathan. I really do. Have a good night, CW. Thank you for joining. Jonathan, you've never. I agree with that. Just as I hated Heather as the Hulk, so I guess anyone. For me, I'm the odd duck, right? So I was totally okay with Heather being a hook killer. I was totally okay with that. I really was. Really was okay with that. I guess for me it made sense. It had Esme being her daughter and everything like that, getting revenge. It just seemed like it made sense. And the people that she targeted or went after. It just made sense, but I get it. Alyssa says then having Esme has the original Hulk after getting her memories back and then getting killed off sometime next summer since Avery contract expires next summer. Hmm. Alright. Alyssa seems like you know some information, so I'm definitely gonna have to be hitting you up more. Not just because I like you, but also some little deets. Dennis is not a fan of Sally and Hope. Adam and Sally come back. And Hope Adam come. You know, I'm just I'm not a huge fan of I'm not a huge fan of Sally, so I feel like both men are just downgrading at this point. To be honest. Alyssa says Albert, it makes sense, but she's an old lady. Listen, don't underestimate somebody who's older. I'm just saying. Thank you, Andrea. Um Now Jocelyn says it would have been more interesting if the ADA age Adrian was the killer. Honestly, tell you, I fit well. I gotta agree to disagree on that, but I can see where you're coming from. Though I can see where you're coming from on that. Um, just because I feel like anybody would have been better than Heather. Apparently, Autumn says, "Yeah, but why can't B&B come up with a new storyline? It's repetitive." Um, because Brad Bell is lazy. Because Brad Bell is lazy as f. Just says me and now Alyssa says, "I know." See, it's a night of agreeing. It's a night of agreeing. We're all agreeing for once. So I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. I keep sniffing trying to get droplets from this cup, and I'm just not getting any more. So, oh Jesus Christ, it's already okay. Well, it's kind of late, and I do have to be up at 4 in the morning. So, oh, Atara says, "What I mean, yeah, everyone in the chat, you and yeah, everyone in the chat, you and Alyssa, it's still early for me. I know. But I gotta be up at 4 in the morning. Oh, I hate that. My dad this week asked me, when am I actually gonna do YouTube full time? I'm still Alyssa, it's almost 8. Yeah, but for me it's like 10:47, so it's like 11. Oh, Cherie R is in the chat. Let's everyone say what's up to Cherie R. Have a good night, Autumn. Have a good night, Alyssa. Have a good night, Darby. Have a good night, Jess. Have a good night, Jonathan. Have a good night, Valerie. Have a good night, Cherie R, the real Cherie, as we're gonna sit there and call her, because she is the real Cherie. But yeah, it's late, and I got to be up early in the morning. But I do want to thank everyone for joining. Alyssa says the times difference. Yeah, no. I know. I was worried about that a little bit when I messaged you. Though. Have a good night, Jess. Thank you for joining. It's always a pleasure to see you in chat. You and that lovely voice of yours. Um, have a good night, Alyssa. Thank you for joining. Have a good night, Jonathan. Have a good night, Darby. Have a good night, Valerie. Have a good night, Atara. Have a good night, Nikisha. Have a good night, Darby. Spike Quick says no 4 hours today. No, if I was going to do a 4 hours, it's going to be Tuesday or Wednesday. That's when I'll sit there and do my 4 hours if I go that route, because I really want to do that. I do. I really do. Have a good night, Anna B. Have a good night, Danny. Yes, Jonathan. Join us for another Soap Edition with Albert Bostic. I want to thank you for joining. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next video. And again, Jonathan, see, Jonathan's my guy. Jonathan's my guy. So, Anna B, Danny, Alyssa, Spiderquake, and Spiderquake. It'll be 4 hours. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it one day. Do it one day. Of course, I feel like I'm gonna be drinking more, but Alyssa said, "Yeah, it's because I still early when I'm at." Oh, I got you. Valerie said, Jess says do 4 hours on Friday. You know, Jess, I just might do that. Just might do that. I don't know. I want to do 4 hours, so it's definitely going to happen. But if I do, if I do the 4 hours, it's going to be like 2 hours on my cell phone, and then 2 hours on my laptop. So we're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Nobody says super chat party with Albert. Yes, 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 yes. But honestly, tell you the truth, in all reality, um, regardless if people give me super chats or not, I just enjoy doing this to be with all my friends. So thank you, everyone. This was a lot of fun, and yeah. Alyssa says you should do a call in so we can hear each other's voice. I want to do one tonight, Alyssa. I did. I think we just got kind of caught up, but next week I'm gonna sit there and start with maybe Tuesdays and Thursdays, so I can hear everyone's voices. It'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, everything works. I'll be Tuesdays and Thursdays. We'll start the call-ins at 9 o'clock. But I'll see y'all tomorrow though. Stay safe and yeah. Laters.